In a world full of wonders, stories to be told. More on the move, documentary gold.
Digging the precious stones, a daily affair for this family. The 4 square mills are made here. It's without any doubt the reflection of what keeps tens of thousands of families afloat here.
Traveling across lands, experiencing life in the lips and mouths, banishing all strife. Let more on the move be your guide.
Stone throw further, their men taking the trade to another level. Now that the rains infiltrate their mines, the reservoirs come handy. But the women who paddle canoes of precious stones across the river, wash off the unwanted, and gather heaps of the stones for a meager take-home, stand atop. This is the story of the hidden hands processing precious stones and the home of solid minerals.
Oh, on the move, a journey so bold, from the heart of humanity to nature's grandeur. Every moment captured, an experience to savor. Oh, on the move, where curiosity meets delight. With every episode, our hearts take flight, exploring nature, information, and tourism too. Join us on this adventure just for you.
The home of solid minerals, not only expanding its horizons, but building enduring legacies for tomorrow.
Born on the move, an adventure so fast.
The fallout of a blossoming trinket of income plow back into the development of infrastructure. The mission is not that which glitters, but who paid the price. In search of the hands that burrow into the mineral-rich grounds, we hit the road to Wamba. Few minutes drive out of the city, the mining fields with warm reception. Here, tin mining reigns supreme. On the soil lies critical solid minerals. Within the short period I've stayed here, I've also learned how to identify some, especially tin. And to show me how to make ends meet daily, a family digs the soil. And the families don't have to use the most sophisticated devices to dig and identify the precious stones. Even the least member of the family have what it takes to pick out the stones. Following the contours left behind by the traces of the flowing rainwaters, you can easily pick grains of tin, and that was lesson 101 for me. For the men, the game is up. Pumping machines are utilized to recycle water, which is used to wash off the gang. With the shovels of the sand through the running water, the shafts are sorted out. But arriving here was not a journey for the faint-hearted. The heaps of sands here are dug and evacuated from dangerous holes deep into Mother Earth, a mission which can only be described by those who dare the consequences.
We
normally mine tin from above the ground, and in most cases, we also dig deep into the earth. But we often get more yield when we dig. Still, there are some areas where tin can be found right on the surface. No need for the heavy work of digging. Now it's the wet season. The rain has filled many of our old pits with water. The ground has become slippery and dangerous, so we've had to change our approach. Instead of digging down, We now mine from above using simple tools, mostly shovels and sieves, to wash and filter heaps of sand with water. It's slower, but much safer for now. When we're digging, the work is tougher. We go down into the mine pits by squatting and crawling through narrow tunnels. Each miner follows his own path, focusing on his line of digging. As we dig, others help to push out and evacuate the tin-rich soil to the surface. Sometimes, two miners working underground may accidentally dig toward each other and meet. When that happens, both have to stop, leave a step or two between their tunnels, and turn to dig in opposite directions. That small space, just about a foot, is what prevents the pit from collapsing. We've learned over time that patience and space save lives. If those safety steps aren't followed, the tunnels can cave in, and it can be deadly. So, everyone has to be careful and cooperate. This kind of work takes strength, courage, and a bit of luck. Some days, we earn as much as 30,000 naira. That's around $35. Other days it's far less, but for most of us, mining is what we know. It's our only source of income. We keep going, hoping for that lucky day when the tin will be plenty and the work will pay off.
With Wamba behind us, we headed to Jangwa, a peaceful enclave with massive potential to quench our thirst for food security. But our mission was a treasure of layers of coal and even gypsum lying fallow, a field by the bank of a river which tears Nasara out of Plateau State. The home of solid minerals, they call it. I call it the land of plenty. A river flowing here, a divide between Plateau and Nasara State. That did not take much of my interest. What took much of my interest are the rice fields over there, green. And by this side, an abandoned coal mine. A coal mine telling the story of the riches of this country. Huge resources here, but a blind eye left it to the coolers.
The history of Nigeria in terms of mining cannot be computed, and the history of even transportation in Nigeria cannot be computed without the coal. I could recall when mining started in Nigeria in the last part of the 1890s, and when railway started in Nigeria, the locomotive trains uses coal as a source of power. And in Nigeria, you remember the OG River coal, electricity station, they all use coal before the hydropower emerges in 1968. So, but the importance of this particular one is that when Nigeria was trying to move into industrialization, industrialization means you must have iron and steel, which we are able to earmark Ajakuta steel mill with the mines in Itakwe. You cannot do what we call the blast furnace process. You cannot process the iron, which is Fe2A3 or Fe3O4, which is hematite and magnetite, without a coal. But the kind of coal we have in Okwara mines in Enugu is of subbituminous ranking. It cannot be used in Ajakuta as a source of processing material for the heating activity. It was for that reason that exploration has to be begun in this particular area. The general area is called Obi Lafia Coal. That was during the Lafia division. And to be precise, it's in Shangodi village. But unfortunately, in terms of literatures, nobody knows Shangodi. We only know about the Lafia Obi coal. That is the unfortunate situation. This coal I'm holding here is the best coal in Nigeria, which is bituminous ranking. It's next to what we call the anthracite, which in most cases for literature you can get it in Lizard District or Australia or in Canada, which is used in the steel industry. And because we have already gotten these bituminous, that it was for that reason they set up what we call the Metallurgical Development Center in Jos as a beneficiating plant, so that pilot scheme were done there, so that this particular coal could be taken to Ajakuta, so that it will serve as a processing material, so that you eventually have a pure iron and then the residue, which is called slag in Ajakuta, which had it been all these things harnessed the same time, Nigeria would have been industrialized for the past 50 years. So that's the importance of here. But over the years, because of international politics, which we have the common word now, which is the slogan now, issue of climate change. But those people that brought issue of climate change are also using coal as a source of power in their various countries. So I think there's a need for us to think inwards now, to come back and unveil Jangwa. Initially, when it was first explored and to be exploited, which a lot of core drills were drilled, you could recall, you can see around that area, you see some core drills that was done by the then Mining Corporation and Coal Corporation, and subsequently done by Steel Raw Material Kaduna. They did some exploration wells here up to 300 meters, and they have already determined the classify called coal blocks in this area. We have coal blocks like the oil blocks, awaiting investors to come and key in. But because of the international policy of issue of climate change, none. So, but I think since all these countries, especially during the Ukraine crisis and the rest, there was energy problem in Europe. So I think there's a need for us to come back here. And the technology here is that initially from the investigation, we are supposed to have hydraulic problem because the coal is on the surface. But if you are going to do the mining, it's going to be deep-seated underground mining. And you have so much water here in this place. You can see a lot of surface water. You have a lot of groundwater there. Despite the groundwater there could not be used for drinking because of acid mine drainage. But you need to do the mining. But the modern technology, you have pumps that can dewater and then stabilize the well, and then you are good to go. So I think this is an area that needs to be longer. If you go to Botswana, they have areas that are even as more challenging as this, and they have already moved it, and they are producing electricity in that.
But for the young generation, it's high time the sites become active.
We have an abundant coal here. So within the boundary of Plateau and Nasarawa State, the river is our boundary. So now we want government to come and do something.
Still within Awe local government area in Nasarawa State, Azara, a peaceful community. The ground here, the bedrock of barite. Between Azara and Kumar in Awe local government area in Nasarawa State used to be a hub for the mining of barite. The defunct Nigeria Barite Company left a huge gap here, and the private hands now involved in mining these critical resources with very few resources to do it right. A boat like this is now involved in moving, these critical resources across rivers that are tributaries to the Benue here to waiting vehicles. Just look at it. Women here are also involved. They are, mining it from places and then put it into boats to waiting vehicles up there for uptakers. A dead mining company gives a lifeline to women who do the dirty job of ferrying and washing the precious stone. One step at a time, one bowl of barite at a time, and before the end of the day or next, a truckload is gathered, and the reward for this hard job hardly takes the women home.
For example, they go to Kumar, load a tipper of barite, move it across by canoe, and we pay them 28,000 naira. That's just over $20 per truck.
Our road is not motorable. And as you can see, we have river here. To cross our goods from the other side to this side is very hard. It's not easy because we use canoe, and this small canoe is nothing that you can do. You can take as anything. So we just manage just like that. And we need government to come to our aid. So that people of Wusi will have the roads that will be that will come and cross to the other side. Wusi is a community that has been blessed with mineral resources, a lot of mineral resources that has been discovered some years back. I can't remember years back, many years back, like since 1992 around, up to date. And we are still having these mineral resources available everywhere you go in this community. And even the houses, if you can cross to the eastern end of this community, you see that people of Wusi are blessed that they are staying on the mineral resources everywhere. If you go to the bushes, we have places like Dogondaji. If you go to Kumar, and many places to be mentioned. Yes, we are blessed with those mineral resources, and we we are happy because the community are getting a lot of income from these mineral resources.
But going by the submission of the local leadership of the area, better days are up and huge investment is expected to transform the lot of the people.
We have so far 2 companies that have interest to mine with the company as kind of partnership with the Ema Shapura. And that 2 agreement has already been signed. The other one is today. I was just told the representative of the community are there. So what we're doing now is that we must have a share in what they're going to do. And this is exactly the arrangement we're doing now. The company that are going to mine will have their share. The Ema Ashapura will have their share, and Azara community will have their share. And also we are going to outline the community development agreement so that it will go in tandem with the current mining requirement in the country.
Traveling across lands, experiencing life in the lips and bounds, banishing all strife. Let more on the move be your guide, to witness the world with eyes open wide. More on the move where curiosity meets delight. With every episode our hearts take flight, exploring nature, information, and tourism too. Join us on this adventure just for you.
80% of our youth are not doing anything. We are not farming, we are not a civil servant. We depend here, and by God's grace, we used to find it so easy here. You can see almost 200 or 300 of youth are here working, and they used to make it. Somebody will make 10,000, 5,000 daily. Honestly, it helps a lot.
On the move where curiosity meets delight. With every episode our hearts take flight, exploring nature, information, and tourism too. Join us on this adventure just for you.
Women seem to be key in the process of taking off the shaft from the grains, because the machines can only go the miles, but the extra is left for the women, even the field of the big players. Though not much casualties are recorded among women, the men often face the bullets. Local mining pits are as dangerous as an avalanche. So when we were out filming some abandoned pits, the ugly news of a local miner who slipped into the mines and got injured came to us. We visited him, the story told by his brother, pathetic.
They came to work at a certain mines. As he was about to roll down into the mines by the rope, he slipped off and fall inside. That was where he sustained a back injury. He was brought out lifeless. 6 years now, he has been on the bed.
Guess what? When the land becomes as juicy as a mining field, then the hues and cries of local landowners could also become louder. Cases of alleged land grabbing takes toll.
We have not sold an inch of our land. We have never sold any part of the land. We have inherited from our forefathers. Anyone who approaches to buy will always reject such offers because our land is generational.
This may be an issue that could carry on for a long time, but what is likely to be transformed is the modus operandi of the local miners. Nasarawa State University has won the heart of a United Nations Development Program initiative focusing on the propagation of innovative mining practices.
In addition to the use of this facility, we intend to have an outreach unit, community outreach targeting artisanal miners. It might interest you to know that I've had 2 meetings with 2 different groups, a mining cooperative from Nasarawa, this Nasarawa local government here, and another one from Uke, those that are mining the gold in Uke. They're all artisanal and small-scale miners. And believe me, we paid visits to the mines, and what we saw there, it's concerning. When I saw somebody in the pit, I was wondering, will this person live to see tomorrow or next tomorrow? Because I could see blasting is ongoing down there. So first and foremost, the safety of the miners. Secondly, environmental degradation is just not palatable when you see that. So what's on offer here? We intend to carry out outreach programs. We're about beginning that. Outreach, when I say outreach, is we reach out to this ASM, education-wise. We will try to step it down to their level because most of them are not educated. So we will find a way of stepping it down, even if it is to translate leaflets and then flyers into. And what's more, there will be a skilling program at the Unipod here, a skilling program that anybody can just come in and benefit from for a token. We will teach them environmentally safe mining practices. How do you not degrade the environment? How do you know what you're using to process the gold ore, for example? Because in addition to the mining sites, there's a gold processing site just along River Uke. And what is being washed down, only God knows. So we intend to, at least deliberately with their corporation, pick up what they use, the chemicals they use to process these ores, and then what they inject or introduce into River Uke. We want to sample those and then see. Maybe if seeing is believing, they say, and we try to demonstrate that to them. So, but the skilling program here is such that you don't have to have O-level, you don't have to have WAEC. We'll try to step it down as much as we can, as long as you can understand, go here, this is this, that is this. We intend to have a program. We have developed it. It's a robust program that teaches them even how to effectively identify a mineral deposit, for example, in the field, how best to now use what mining method to use to now do that. And then small things like simple, safe mineral processing, because that's where the danger comes, because you use a lot of water, you introduce a lot of, so environmental protection as well. Another advantage to the upskilling is we intend to tell them about mining regulations. What are the mining laws with respect to what you do to the environment? Who can police you? What is the mine police? What do they do? What's the price of gold today? We intend to tell them. So we intend to have such programs here for the artisanal and small-scale miners. And we have reached out to at least the ones within our environment, and the campaign is moving on. We're moving to the lead zinc mines around Abuni Kanje, and then around Wamba as well, which I believe you're coming from there now. So we intend to visit those ones there, but we've set up sort of communication. We've had some of them communicating, letting us know that they're happy, they've heard about this project, and they actually want to get involved.
The good, bad, and ugly could have found their way to the mining pits, and the twist turns of the technology in turning out the precious stones ahead could shine a ray of hope for many practitioners in the land of solid mineral.
More on the move with curiosity meets delight. With every episode, our hearts take flight. Exploring nature, information, and tourism too. Join us on this adventure just for you. Traveling across lands, experiencing life in the lips and mouths, banishing all strife. Let more on the move be your guide to witness the world with eyes open wide. More on the move where curiosity meets delight. With every episode, our hearts take flight.